So I'm making another video because I just want to say, I am really tired of seeing people get so caught up in their own way of thinking that they ignore everybody else's. They don't listen, they don't pay attention, they don't give anybody else an ear. And because of it, we create disparity in beliefs. And a lot of the times, well, most of the time, we spend at each other's throats instead of listening without giving anybody a chance to explain what they're going through, because that's the biggest part. It's one of the reasons that Trump was elected after Bernie lost his ability to run. He's basically kicked out of the fight. And it was because nobody listened. Bernie was for the people, and Trump said he was for the people. But the people who supported Trump didn't look into it enough. They listened to what he had to say, but didn't back it up. Nullius in verba, on the word of nobody. Search up your own shit. Do your own research. Don't waste your time listening to basic speeches. These things are prepared to pander to the audience. If you really wanted to look into these things, or if you really wanted to support the right cause, you look into it and you listen to the opposing side as well, because you will get nowhere arguing to the earth's end that you're right, because you could very well be wrong. There are parts of this conversation you will be wrong about. For instance, Trump supported the people and said we needed to bring jobs back. He's right. Bernie said it in the same way. But Trump is supporting big corporations such as coal lobbies, oil lobbies, big pharma, for instance. People who are working to make everything more automated, to make it so that we don't have the ability to control our own processes. And that is the biggest problem. It's one of the things that Marx discusses, when he talked about communism. It got a bad rep because of Russia. Russia never properly implemented communism. In fact, it's not communism at all. What Marx said, was that we needed to be the people who created our products. We needed to be the ones working the factory, because the products of our labor makes us feel better. I mean, just producing something makes you feel better. Of course, it can feel like a dead-end job when you're doing something you don't like. Sometimes that's the way it is, but we cannot give these jobs to automated processes. It doesn't work. That's not how it's going to work, because we will always have a lower and middle class. Nobody can be perfect. There will always be people who make more money because of what they do, but we can't give them breaks. They have to work just as hard as everybody else, but they're still going to have money. They're still going to have that money. I mean, if we talk about UBI, universal basic income, the truth is, it doesn't make people quit their jobs. It makes them work harder. The only people who really quit are the people who need to quit, like parents who need to take care of their children but couldn't manage that on the budget they were working with. So universal basic income, I mean, in the places it's been implemented, there hasn't been that big of a decrease in unemployment. I mean, I think something like 10% left. That's nothing. That really isn't that much. And the truth is, they aren't going to survive on UBI alone. The thing is, universal basic income is a set amount that doesn't change. You will always have that certain amount of money. So if you want to, you can live at that level. You can. You'll probably be lower class, lower middle class for your entire life, but you can live at that. But if you keep working, you can get better. So what I'm talking about is we need to discuss the fact that the issue is not that we don't have enough jobs or that jobs are being taken. It's that we aren't paying attention to how jobs are selected and how they are run. I mean, the lack of labor unions in this country, specifically in the private sector, is evidence of that. I mean, we have forgotten what we can do. And that is the big part that we need to focus on, is we need to take back our labor processes, and through that we need to fight the really the one percenters who are suppressing us and spend every day suppressing us.